Hello, 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 hello. What is going on, everybody? We are going to get started in just a second. What's up, guys? Phil Gertis here. I've got my family crest mug with some tea in it and a picture of the cartoon version of myself here. At least the version I allowed them to make of me. Got some nice warm tea from my beautiful wife. Good morning, Keisha. No, I don't want you to sing, Janice, because if we let you sing, everybody will fall off. What's going on, James? Janice, please don't sing. Please, I'm begging you. Hey, guys, if you're here, if you can see me, if everything's good, hit the screen, tap the screen. Let me see some hearts. What's going on, Ram? Awesome. I got some hearts. All right, all right. Yeah, Janice. All right, guys, we are going to dive in today. So, listen, if you know me, you probably know that I send out every single Sunday, and I've done this probably for, I'd say every Sunday for the past something like 6 years. I've sent out a message, a happy Sunday message. And I usually send this on text, and I send it through my email list, which you can get on by going to philgertis.com. You can just subscribe to the email list. And what I do is I usually just send it out a text. I don't ever actually record a video to do it. But last week it came into my heart that I wanted to start doing my Periscope videos every Sunday morning, do a Periscope video that illustrates my happy Sunday message. So yesterday this message started running through my mind over and over and over again. And I was on the airplane flying home from Alabama yesterday, and I started looking for proof of this message that kept going through my mind. And I said, you know what, this has to be the Happy Sunday message. This has to be what we talk about on our Happy Sunday message this week, the first ever live Happy Sunday message. So before we get going, share this. Share this Periscope, you know, whatever it is. Share this Periscope message, and we'll get going. So share the message. But here's the Happy Sunday message this week. The Happy Sunday message this week, and I got it on my notebook here that I wrote down, is never seek to impress others more than you seek to allow your greatness to be impressive. So that's your Happy Sunday message today. Never seek to impress others more than you seek to let your greatness impress others. So this is really, really, really a good message when you really think about it and you really break it down. And that's something that has you know, ran through my mind over and over and over again. I'm gonna say it one more time, then I'm gonna give you the proof, because for me, what I like to do is anytime I get this Happy Sunday message in me, I always look for proof of that message. I always look for proof of where did that come from, you know? So again, never seek to impress others more than you seek to allow your greatness to be impressive. So here's what I'm thinking here. First off, if we're going to analyze this message, we got to understand that your greatness is not actually from you. You can be great, but your greatness, the part of you that is inside, that is absolutely fantastic, that builds you on that spiritual level, it's not from you. It doesn't come from you. That actually comes from God. So it has to be understood that if that message, if that actual greatness comes from God, that if we run around looking to impress other people, right? If we run around and we want everybody to see where we are and where we stand and how we're doing, and we like pat ourselves on the back and basically if it's all about us, then what we're not doing, okay, what we're not doing is we're not allowing the greatness that God put in us to show. So here's some proof. Okay. I opened my Bible. I looked for some proof, and I flipped to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. It says, "The fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe." The fear of man The fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe. So remember, what are we doing? We're talking about seeking this validation from another man, right? Another human, another person, seeking this validation, right? Where we should seek our validation from God, but oftentimes, because we're human, right? We all do this. No one's going to say, well, I never do this. No, we all do it, right? Because we're human. We are supposed to be at fault. But here's the thing. Right here in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25, it's telling us that the fear of man lays a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is safe. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to run around seeking to impress other people. We want to run around seeking to live in God's glory and allow that alone to be impressive. You follow what I'm saying? So very, 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 very strong. But I wanted more. Like that could have been enough. That would have been, but I wanted more. So I flipped to John. I flipped to the book of John, chapter 5, verse 44. This is pretty awesome. This is pretty awesome. It says, how can you believe when you receive glory from another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? Again, how can you believe when you receive glory from one another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? So that one made me start thinking. I started saying, wow, that's pretty powerful. You know, how can I say, well, I'm a believer? How can I say, well, I'm this person that is looking, you know, to live in the glory of God, but I'm looking for validation, right? I'm coming back, right? I'm coming back to the validation. I'm looking at my book here, at my notes here, and it's about coming back to that validation. Who am I looking for validation from? If I'm receiving my glory, right? If I'm looking for praise from other people, then how can I say I'm a believer? How can I say I believe in that moment if where I seek my validation isn't from the one true God? Okay, so that was good. I like that, right? But I started thinking about that, and I said to myself, man, well, if I should seek my glory from the only God, then I should do it at the highest level. I wrote this down actually, I want to become a glory hog. I want to become a glory hog. Yeah, a glory hog. I want to seek so much glory from God at every moment that I possibly can. I want to seek so much glory from God that I become a glory hog. I'm just using it all up, right? That's what I started thinking. And again, we're humans, so it'll be tough and it'll be hard sometimes. But every moment that you can think on it, every moment that you can put yourself in that place, why not be a glory hog? I'm a glory hog. Then I said, well, I'd love to get one more. I'd love to get one more shot here. So I kept looking through John and flipped to chapter 13. Flip to chapter 13, verses 34 and 35. And this one did it for me. This one did it for me. So I had Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. I had John chapter 5, verse 44. And then I flipped to John. Then I flipped to John chapter 13, verse 34 and 35. And it says, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. By this all people will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. Man, this is strong. I'm going to read it again because I want you to see what broke down for me in this. It says again, John chapter 13, verse 34 and 35. It says, a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. A commandment, not a suggestion. A commandment I give to you, that you love one another. But then it doesn't go on. See, he doesn't go on to say you love one another how you feel like loving one another. It doesn't go on to say you love one another how you can stand to love one another at that very moment. It doesn't go on to say that you should connect to your emotions and decide how much love you're going to share. It says specifically in detail, just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. He tells us to mimic him in loving one another. And then what he says, which is absolutely amazing, is he says, in doing so, listen to me now, because this is insane. I love it. He says in doing so, that's all you need. Just loving one another the same way he has loved us will be enough for everyone to know that we are walking in faith and we are one of his disciples. My goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. So I started thinking again, really, to live in God's glory, it's just about mimicking. It's about mimicking the love that Jesus has for us. God sent Jesus here as an example with specific tasks and accomplishments to accomplish, to get done, to receive. And all we have to do is mimic him. Follow those commandments. Why is my camera shaking? It's because I'm holding it, man, and I'm excited. I'm excited. That's why. I'm holding the camera, and when I get pumped up, I talk with my hands. That's why my camera's shaking. I'm sorry. So, again, I say, I know we're human. I know we're human. I get it. We're supposed to mess up. I know we're supposed to not be, on the up and up all the time. I get that. But my goodness gracious, what if we could walk in his faith every time we ever thought about it? Every moment we could possibly stay focused on it, we walked in his faith. And then, we talk about, well, if I walk in his faith and I'm not focused on the things I want to accomplish, will I be successful? But here's the thing. You're not going to accomplish anything you want to accomplish. There's this misconception in life that we accomplish the things that we want, but that's not true. We accomplish the things that God sets forth for us to accomplish, but we just happen to think it was us the whole time. It was never us. It was him. And he allows us to accomplish these things because we walk in faith, because we walk in his glory, because we seek his glory and not the glory of other man. So guys, listen. I'm gonna sign off, but in signing off, what I'm gonna say is this. When how'd I write this? How'd I write it? I wrote it. You've heard this before. When we know better, we have an opportunity to do and be and live better, right? So what I would love from all of us is that we commit, at least for a day, maybe even just for an hour, the best you can do, but that we commit to living and seeking. And this would be really neat, right? I want you guys to think about this for a moment. This would be really, really neat if we seeked not just God's glory, but if we seek to impress him with our obedience of his deliverance of his glory. Does that make sense? If we seek to impress him, not if we seek to impress other men, but if we seek to impress God. Wow. How could we possibly impress God? The only way to impress God is to live in his like, to mimic the things that Jesus taught us. So let's spend the rest of the day, the half day, the hour, as long as you can, the best you can, a minute. It doesn't matter. Let's spend just a moment, if that, in living in the like of God. Live in his glory. Impress him. Let's seek to impress, but only seek to impress God. Let's be glory hogs. Folks, this is your Happy Sunday message. I'm Phil Gertis. I'm going to send this message out on my email blast. I'm also going to put it on YouTube, so you'll get it on YouTube. Listen, if you're not on my email list, go to philgertis.com. Right at the top, it's going to say subscribe. And get on the email list so you can get these messages and watch them again. Every single Sunday, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to share my Happy Sunday messages. We're taking things to another level. We're not waiting for the new year to take it to another level because God says today is the day. Today is the day to win. Today is the day to move to the next level. Today is the day to show the world that you're living in his glory. So we're not waiting for a resolution. We're taking the bull by the horns and we're moving forward right now. Let's go. Let's win. I love you guys. God bless every single one of you. Let's, man, I'm liking this. Let's have a great day. Thank you. We're officially done. See you later, guys.